Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a slightly different video. We're going to be cleaning my road bike. So this is a Claude Butler. It's going in for a service later today. It's going down to J. James, and obviously I don't want it going down and looking a mess. I just want to get it cleaned up. I don't know if any of you guys have got bikes. You might find this video helpful, you might not. Some people might just like the detailing element itself. So all we're going to do is just give it a quick wipe down, make sure that the chain and everything is cleaned and lubricated. And then fingers crossed when it goes down, they won't have to mess about with it, and they'll just literally just have to do whatever they're going to do in terms of checking it over. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is literally just wipe the bike down. We're not going to use any of the muck off kind of thing. We've got plenty of stuff from detailing the car. We're just going to use it on the bike, wipe it down. There's not a great deal of dirt on it anyway, so fingers crossed it should get the bulk of it off and just get it looking a little bit fresher. Okay guys, so as I said, we're not using any bike specific products today to clean the bike. It's just the car related stuff that I've got. So this is Auto Finesse Verso, the all-purpose cleaner. I'm just going to spray it all over the bike, as you can see, just to allow it to soften up anything that's slightly more stubborn. But with this being a road bike, I don't have the issue of anything being massively dirty. Nothing's getting caked on, there's no chunks of mud and that kind of thing. So just to make sure that it's all lubricated, it's all wet before I start to wipe it off. It just allows me to make sure that there's not going to be too much pressure being put onto the bike and any chance of a scratch being inflicted, which is good. So in terms of the products that I need, I can just use everything that I've got for the car. So it's just sprayed on, wiped off, and for me that's more than good enough. So now from here we're going to move on to the drivetrain, use the muck off drivetrain cleaner. So let's see what we can pull off of that. That'll be the final step, give it a quick rinse down, final wipe over, and then job done. So the next product that is being used is the muck off drivetrain cleaner, and I've got to say it's one of the best products that I've ever used for bike cleaning. In terms of agitation, as you can see I've got a detailing brush similar to the one that I use on the car, but the product for this just does all the work itself. You could literally leave it and just rinse it off, and the amount of gunk that is pulled off out of the cogs, out of the sprockets is ridiculous. So you don't need a great deal, to be fair. Obviously it depends on how mucky your cassette is, how mucky your cogs are, but mine hadn't been done in a while. I'd just been out on a ride and it had started to rain as well, so there was a fair bit of grit and a bit of grime in there, so it needed a little bit more. But for the value of the product and how well it performs, it's really, really good. Got the muck off chain cleaner. obviously with the guard on the top. Chain goes through this, clamp it in, spin it, and it brings all the grime out. So let's see how this one goes, see what we can pull off. See the water, all the grease inside. Pretty minging, so it definitely needed doing. So due to the nature of the products that we've just used, they obviously pack a bit of a punch. The chemicals in them are pretty strong to allow the grease and the grit to be broken down from the drivetrain. So it's really important to make sure that it's all rinsed off thoroughly, especially any areas that are surrounding the drivetrain area. You don't want that staying on your frame. It can start to eat its way through the paint, and you don't want that. And obviously when you're applying lubricants or anything like that to the chain afterwards, you want to make sure that it's a blank canvas and there's absolutely no residue from anything on there before. Everything's done now in terms of the cleaning. Just going to give it a quick wipe down, then we'll get on to lubing the chain, and then we're done. Okay then, so the last step obviously is to lube the chain. So we've got muck off dry oil. There is obviously muck off dry lube as well. I don't really know what the difference is between the two, but I managed to pick this up from Aldi for, I think it was £4. Got 3 of these, and then the drivetrain cleaner as well. So a few good bits in there, so keep an eye out for the Aldi cycling event if you ever need anything. So this is just going to go onto the drivetrain, onto the front 2 cogs, the chain itself, and then the rear sprocket as well, just to make sure that everything's nicely lubricated and running smoothly. So the next stage is really important. Obviously the lube has been applied to the chain. It's then important to make sure that you work it into the front cogs to make sure that they're lubricated as well, all around the teeth, and then onto the rear cassette as well. You don't want anything to become dry or have any kind of abrasion or agitation between it. You want to make sure it's running nice and smoothly. So once it's lubed, just run it through each gear from top to bottom and bottom to top. Make sure that everything's covered, and you'll be sound for your next ride out. Okay then guys, so there we go, video is done. The bike is now fully cleaned, obviously the drivetrain is dressed. It's going to go down to J James, as I said, to get it serviced. I will leave a comment obviously in the comment section just to let you know if anything has had to be done to the bike, if anybody's interested. But obviously, like I said, it's a slightly different video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up just to let me know if you did enjoy it. If not, I know to stay clear of these kind of videos. But if not, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.